Here's what I do. You can become a multi-millionaire investor. Meaning that all you have to do is invest in stocks, crypto, real estate, various other businesses, ideas. It's just start investing in other things. And eventually you can become a multimillionaire investor. But guess what? That's still a business. Because when you invest, you don't put everything in your name. You start you a company, an investment company, and you invest. But you have to get your mind right. You have to get out of the poverty mindset. Some of y'all are in a poverty mindset. I don't know if you've ever heard that before. Your mind is stuck in, I can't have, I don't have enough. It's me, my four, no more. I'm barely making it. You're on struggle road. You got to come out of that. And the only way out of that is that you got to do it. You got to do the work. You got to push yourself. You got to press past where you're feeling your emotions. And then you also have to change your environment. There's people that you're around right now that are what they call them crabs in the barrel. That when you come up with a great idea, they say, "Oh man, that ain't no good. You're not going to succeed in that." And they start pulling you down. Sometimes those people are even in your family. They're your coworkers. That may be even your neighbors, maybe even your best friend. You have to make a decision, a choice to get away from those individuals. Why is it that your sphere of influence, the people you hang around, nobody's making any more money than you are? And y'all all complaining about the same thing. Somebody's got to be the one that's going to step out. Somebody has to be different. And that somebody has to be you. Say it with me. I have to change.
Yes. I was going to say that, thank you. That's a lot of good information as well. And I really appreciate your transparency and sharing with us. But can I ask you just a couple of questions just so people will know that you didn't come out with a silver spoon in your mouth or a gold spoon in your mouth. So this is something you learn as you grew and you mature. And I love the fact that your heart is to help people so they don't have to make the same mistakes that we made or somebody else made. Make a different mistake than you did. So one of my questions that I wanted to ask was, give us an example when you didn't follow through with God showing you to invest, and how did that play out?
Oh man. Okay, so this is a little bit of a story. I'm gonna try to make it a short story.
Okay.
Several years ago, back in 2020, actually, I sat with a gentleman named Brian Orm. My wife and I sat with a gentleman named Brian Orm. He's a prophetic individual. And we did a crypto course with him. We paid for a course, which sidebar, sometimes you got to pay, not sometimes, most of the time, if not every time, you got to pay for a course that will help you on your journey. So we paid for this crypto course. And during this course, Prophet Orm informed us that we were going to get a dream, that God was going to give us a dream of a cryptocurrency to invest in. Now, at this time, as you all know, during 2020, that's when the COVID had happened and all that kind of stuff. But everybody was getting money. I mean, we all were getting free money. Like, are you kidding me? So at that time, my wife and I had several businesses. And so not only did we get money, our businesses got money. And our businesses got $10,000. Each one of them got $10,000. So at that time, I had over $30,000 from the government for free. Right? Because these were forgivable loans. We didn't have to pay them back. Took this class. I had $30,000, over $30,000 in my account, or in our account, my wife and I. And Prophet Orm said, we're going to get this dream. This was in August. September, October, November, I got a dream. I fell asleep, got a dream. It was a dream of a particular cryptocurrency called LISK. At that time, that November, LISK was at about 2 cents, 0.02 cents. Remember, the key is God gave me the dream. I woke up and I told my wife, I said, I believe the Lord gave me a dream. Notice what I just said. I believe the Lord gave me a dream, like the man of God said. Had over $30,000 in the account. I did not put the money on the account, on that coin, like I should have. I put about $150 on that particular coin. All right. God gave me the dream. I did not trust that God was speaking to me. 4 months later, November, December, January, February, that coin went from 2 cents to $10 in 4 months. Well, when you do the calculations, if I'd have put the $30,000, just the 30, not the plus, just the 30,000 on that one coin, in 4 months, that would have yielded me $7.485 million.
Ooh, Jesus. Lord have mercy. Can I create a time machine to go back?
I wish. I wish. Because I would do it all over again.
I know that's right.
So when you're disobedient, when God gives, and that's what happens. When we're disobedient, this is what the Lord told me. I sat on the side of my bed and I cried. I was in tears. And I asked the Lord to forgive me for not trusting him. Now, did I make some money? Yeah, I made about $1,500 because of the $150 that I put on there. But when I said that to the Lord, I said, I'm sorry. And the Lord, he spoke into my spirit and he said this to me. He said, Keevin, when you're disobedient, other people suffer. I hope y'all caught that. Because the reason why is, you might say, well, how is that possible? That was your money. You don't know what other doors that was going to open up for me to walk into, for my wife and I to walk into, so that we can have the finances to help other people. So my disobedience caused other people to suffer during that time and even all the way up until now. Because we don't know. God has a plan for our lives. And listen to the scripture. He said, if you're willing and obedient, you shall eat the good of the land. But you think he's talking about you being selfish? No. He's talking about you eating so that others can eat as well. Look at Jesus with the fish and the loaves. He multiplied what he had so that others can eat. That's why it's not about you. So, yeah.
So no, that's awesome. I really appreciate it. I'm in the same mind frame. If I make a mistake, I want to let somebody else know or redeem that opportunity to help someone else down the line, because it's not just about me making a mistake, but also being able to empower other people. Why are you going to make the same mistake as I made? Like, why go down the same rabbit hole and we all stuck in it like a crab in a bucket? But I love how you gave us that example of supernaturally God moving upon your heart, giving you that wisdom. But another question I want to ask, because I understand people may not be in that spiritual level that we other people are. So we want to start you at where you at in a sense. So I want to ask you the question. I remember you sharing with me about when you used to work for a good job and you were making good money, but you weren't managing the finances. I wasn't managed, but you weren't, your mind frame wasn't there. Can you kind of help us? So maybe we might be stuck in that same mind frame possibly.
Yeah, that's good too.
Yeah.
So I was working out, I'll tell you, I was working at a Ford Motor Company at Romeo Engine Plant in Michigan.
Okay.
And I was making about $28 an hour at the time. And that was pretty decent money. We were doing a lot of hours overtime. So I was making around $80,000 a year. And I was making $80,000 and I was still broke. I was paying my tithe. For those of you who believe in paying tithe, I believe in paying tithe. I believe in giving offering. I believe in being a blessing to the ministry, to the church, to our local assembly, body of assembly. I believe in that. I was giving first fruits. I was giving sacrificial offerings. I was doing all those things, but I was still broke. And I had a house note, had a car note, car insurance. But I went to the mirror one day and I asked the Lord, I said, what is the problem here? Because it always seemed like I just barely had enough, even though I was making $80,000 a year. It seemed like I was barely making it. In some cases, some weeks I didn't have enough. I'm like, what is going on? What am I doing? And for about 6 years in a row. Yeah, 6 years. No, I'm sorry, not 6. It had to be 4 years. About 4 years in a row. 4 years in a row, Ford would give us a profit sharing check around January, February, about March or April, somewhere around there. So we get a profit sharing check. So I would have my regular income overtime. We would get our refund for taxes that would come in, And then we would get our profit sharing check, right? And so that equaled out to like, $15,000, $20,000, within 3 months. By June, all that money was gone. And it was a cycle. 4 years in a row, 1 year, another, the next year, the next year, the next year. And that's when that's when I went and asked God. I said, what is the problem? What am I doing? There's no way in the world you should get that kind of money, because I know some of you right now are going to get what, $10,000 back for your profit, for your what's income tax. You're going to get that money back right this year. And what's going to happen is you're going to do what I did. You're going to start eating it up. Our pastor preached a message a while back. He said, don't eat your seed. Let me slow down. I think I said that too fast. He said, don't eat your seed. That's what we were doing. We were eating. I mean, when I tell you guys, we were eating like crazy. We were eating good. I mean, we were eating good, but we were blowing money like it was nothing. So God, we say God is not with us. He doesn't give us any extra money or whatnot. Yes, he does. He's giving it to you right now. Because some of y'all got bonuses this year. Some of y'all got bonuses last year. And what did you do with it? You ate it up, or you bought some furniture. You bought some kind of shoes, or you bought something to put on your body. You did something, but you did not invest it. That's the problem. God has given us the resources, the seed money to invest. He's given us, I had money to invest in real estate. Oh, yes. Here's another one. Mm-hmm. Some of you all buy Jordan shoes, right? Spend $250 per pair, but you own no stock in Jordan. But God gives you a bonus to invest. So that was my issue. I kept eating up the seed. We kept eating up the seed, spending money here, going out to eat. And we was, because when you go out to eat, you're going to spend $300. Because I had a family of 5. We spending $300 easy. Or 4. I had a family of 4. I'm sorry, not 5. Where did I get the other kids from? I don't know.
Wow.
So that's the problem. Stop eating your seed.
Wow. That is awesome. I thank you for your transparency, because you're giving us information that you learn through experience, and also through studying and putting effort in, putting your time in to study the market, to be more familiar, and all of the other different things that we have done. We are so grateful, and I'm just going to hit up some of these things that you brought out into the light, so maybe I can highlight it for other people. The only difference between you and I is I stepped out. Wow. That is so powerful. Yeah. It's taking that first step of stepping out. So, Lord, give us the grace to step out on the things that you're giving us. Lord, give us the heart to know, or the inkling, or the feeling to learn and to grow and to mature in that. One of the other things you said, I'm just going to hit a couple of quotes that you quoted. I just hit me, so I'm giving it to you as well, kind of rehearsing the matter. When you start hiring people, you change the fabric of America. I think I'm saying it correctly.
You become a part of the fabric of America.
You become part of the fabric of America. Like that means you're a change maker. That means you have authority to hire people to build a business, to be able to empower other people, that they can be able to do work and they can be self-sufficient, rather than you trying to just give them a hands up. People don't want a handout; they want a hand up. So we want to move forward. When you are disobedient, you cause other people to suffer. Yeah. I never thought about it that way. I mean, I knew it in a sense, but I never thought about it in that sense. When you're disobedient, you cause other people to suffer, because the blessings or the obedience that you do affects other people. I heard it said it before, where it says your one yes cancels 1,000 no's, or it opens doors that one yes will open doors for you that others won't open there for a while. That's good. Yeah. And the last one, obviously, you just mentioned now, and is don't eat your seed. The overflow financially. That means when God is blessing you with the overflow. We're not saying there's nothing wrong with having Jordans or any of those things, but don't let that be your priority. Right? Don't let it be where that's all you spend your money on. You got a garage full of Jordans in the house, but you're living in renting a house. Just financially think in a proper mind frame, put it in a proper perspective.
Yes.
Keevin, for coming on, giving us those little tidbits of information. It's not even tidbits, it's like dynamites dropping a bomb. So thank you. We want to give you a chance to just kind of sum up everything that you just kind of said in a nutshell. So give us your wrap up.
All right. So in a nutshell, this is what I'm suggesting that everybody does. And that is to find out what it takes to start a business in your city, in your state, and actually write it out, write down the numbers, come up with a name, and start your business. You say, well, Keevin, I don't know what, I don't know, what business that's going to be. I don't know. Listen, that doesn't matter. The key is step out. That's it. We had our businesses. The reason why our business received all that money, it's not because those businesses were profitable at the time. Well, one was, but because we stepped out, we got free money. So you don't know what God has in store for you until after you make the first step.
Wow. Thank you so much. Money talks. That's my quote. Money talks. So when you have money, you can talk and people will listen to you. If you don't have money, people ain't really listening to you. They're just nodding their heads or agreeing with you. So money talks. Let your money talk for you.
Oh man, that's our time together. I hope you enjoyed it. I know you did. Go ahead and check out the next video. You'll love that one too. Don't forget, subscribe to my channel and click the like button below. Spread the love with a quick share. I'm Cam Patel, and I'll see you in the next video. Until then, let's live like kings.